Yo, 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 what up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317. It seems like, man, we got some boxing news to discuss today. Deontay Wilder did a sit down with the PBC podcast yesterday where he talked about his loss to Tyson Fury and all the things that went into that loss. Also, we got Tyson Fury responds to what Deontay Wilder said, and Anthony Joshua gives his perspective on the Wilder Fury 2 fight. Now, before we get started, man, I want to just give a big shout out to everybody out there in the boxing community, all the boxing chats that I'm part of and frequent. I do appreciate you guys, know what I'm saying, for the help, for looking out. We can start with the Skype chat, know what I'm saying. Big ups to everybody out there on Skype that I'm in a group chat with. Big ups to my iPhone message chat that I'm in a group chat with. Big ups to the Instagram that I'm in a group chat with, Facebook, Google Hangout. Just big ups to all those guys who are out there, you know what I'm saying, working on the sport that we love and putting in the work and really making this sport, you know what I'm saying, as best as it can be. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and hop in right into it. Deontay Wilder was on the PBC podcast yesterday. And we're gonna start with what he started to talk about. You know what I'm saying? He started to talk about his suit and the reason why he wore the suit. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I have to say, man, I know we how do I want to put this? I know athletes want to inspire people and especially people from their culture and things like that. But don't inspire people at the cost of you. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, you know what I'm saying? It seems like when Deontay Wilder was talking, he wore that suit to try to appease his fans, try to appease everybody in the black community. Which I mean, he didn't really have to do that because as a member of the black community, you know what I'm saying. We know what he stands for. You know what I'm saying. We know what kind of man that he is. You know what I'm saying. We know how much his legacy and his heritage, you know what I'm saying, mean to him. So we didn't need a suit, you know what I'm saying, for you to exemplify that, you know what I'm saying, to us. But hey, man, look, man, we all do things sometimes for the approval of other people, and I just want to say, you know what I'm saying, that suit, uh, that suit wasn't really like overly uh Black History monthish. You know what I'm saying? Like it got skulls and shit on it. So at the end of the day, man, do things for yourselves, and when you do things for yourself, the people will flock to you. The people will always have your back. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you win. Everybody loves a winner. But moving right along, we can get past that suit stuff. You know what I'm saying? And let's get to some of these quotes that he said. Mm. Well, the most probably noteworthy quote is that after his fight with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder suffered a bicep injury. He's currently resting, recovering, and expects to be able to get back to training in mid to late May for the trilogy fight towards the end of the year. Now I wasn't aware that anything was wrong with his bicep, but now looking back on it, those two shots that he landed on Fury in the first round didn't seem to have the normal effect that they normally have on his opponents. So with that being said, maybe the bicep gave out on him in that fight, and he just found a way to tough it out and try to get leverage on his shots. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hopefully he comes back healthy. He comes back revitalized. You know what I'm saying? He comes back refocused on that fight. I don't know if I don't know if that if the bicep is going to be a hindrance in the upcoming fight. We just got to see how he comes back from that injury. Hopefully, he comes back 1,000% and really shows people why he was perceived at one point in time as the baddest man on the planet. Now we got to get to a quote that really probably rubbed a lot of people in the boxing world the wrong way. And Deontay Wilder says that put that right there for y'all. He says, "I do not see Fury as a champion. He ain't the champion yet. We still got one more fight left. He knows that wasn't me. That wasn't the real Deontay Wilder. Something was wrong with him. There's a time and a place. I reveal a lot of things." Now, look, man. I gotta disagree. You know what I'm saying? Fury is the WBC champion right now. He was victorious his last fight, but like Deontay Wilder said, there is another fight left on that contract. So anything is possible in that third fight. You know what I'm saying? Fury could retain the belts, or Wilder. I mean, yeah, the belts because the Ring magazine should be on the line too. Or Wilder could come back and possibly, you know what I'm saying, get the victory. You know what I'm saying? And really show people and show fans that he means what he say, and he is the real deal. Now, when he says that there's a lot of things, there are things that he wants to reveal, and there's a time and place for that. I want to know, you know what I'm saying? What are those things? You know what I'm saying? Was there other things going on before the fight that we, the public, don't know about? I know there was like some whispers, but after the loss, like right after from Joey, and because Joey said, Joey is his strength and conditioning trainer. He was like, I'm just paraphrasing. If people knew what you had went through before the fight, uh, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something to that extent. So we want to know what is going on or what went on before the fight. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be more details to come, and I'm sure once Deontay Wilder gets back in the boxing public, the boxing media, a lot of people will start asking him that question. But like I said, the one that rubs people the wrong way is he's saying he doesn't see Fury as the champion right now. And Fury's not the one to hold his tongue about anything. He came back out and he pretty much said that and I quote, "Keep letting yourself down at Bronze Bomber. It's sad. It was you I smashed. That's the truth. Just admit it and move on. It's just a fight. You win some and you lose some. That's boxing, pal." So he's letting Deontay Wilder know, like, bro, nah, man, there was you in the ring that I beat that night. You may say something was wrong with you, but at the end of the day, I beat the man that was in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And he's right. You know what I'm saying? He's right. But at the same time, Deontay Wilder does. I mean, I'm not saying he has a case or he has a point, but if he feels like there's something really was off with him in that fight, and he feels like that he can correct those things, and those things had a big impact on the way that he went out there and proceeded to fight, then he has every right in the world to believe that. Not saying that the public is gonna necessarily get behind that and believe it too, but if you're riding with your fighter and you're riding with your guy, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely riding with Deontay Wilder in the next fight. So go ahead and lay that to rest. You gotta believe in something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe that something went wrong and that you just wasn't you the night of the fight. And for all intents and purposes, it did not look like the guy that we have grown accustomed to seeing over and over and over the 42, 43 fights that he has had. But moving right along, Deontay Wilder has stated that he is planning to bring two new people into his training team and puts together the game plan for the trilogy fight with Tyson Fury. Also said he's clearing out snakes in the grass, and some people around him were envious. I want to know who those envious people are too. I mean, like so many other great athletes and great sportsmen in history. You know what I'm saying? Once you face that adversity, you know what I'm saying, you start to see who your real people are, your real friends, and who have your best interest in heart. And maybe Wilder see some people that's around him that don't really have his best interest, and he trying to remove some of those snakes from the grass, as he says. Now, I want to know what two new people he's bringing into his camp. Are they gonna be lead? Are they gonna be just people there to add things or help, or are they gonna be the people that are gonna be in charge of this trilogy fight? I want to know: is it gonna be George Foreman? Will it be some name that we don't expect, that somebody could really come in and really help him out in this trilogy fight? I guess we'll see when the time comes and when they are ready to, as a team, let that news out. But for the most part, man, this PBC interview, not really a whole lot of information came out of it. I know the bicep injury was one, and the quote that he doesn't see Fury as a champion. But outside of the bicep injury, I'm sure that we all knew that Deontay Wilder still has it in his mindset that he is the rightful champion, and that he will rectify his loss to Fury. So I can respect that, and I see where he's coming from that angle. But it's going to be a uphill battle when he gets back in the ring with Fury, and hopefully they add more to the game plan. And speaking of game plans, there was somebody who had an opinion, had a thought about the Wilder Fury 2 fight, and he goes by the name of Anthony Joshua. He sat down with Sky Sports News the other, well, possibly last night or yesterday, and he says that Anthony Joshua says that. Let me get to the thing. Anthony Joshua says Tyson Fury showed how to expose and annihilate Deontay Wilder. Those are big words right there. Maybe I would have probably taken to Deontay Wilder a bit more. Okay. Anthony out here talking that cash man. He trying to, let's see what he got to say. Anthony Joshua reveals his reaction to Tyson Fury win over Deontay Wilder in a exclusive Sky Sports interview. Let me see. Let me go down to the quotes. Oh wow! So I don't. I gotta play the video for me to get the quotes. Let's see what we got here.
So Tyson Fury is the new WBC champion of the world. Britain holds all the heavyweight championship belts of the world. So Britain has done a great job in boxing. Congratulations to Tyson Fury. Look, I believe Tyson Fury could potentially do what he done. I just felt like Deontay Wilder is a formidable ex-champion and has a chance to come back. But I just knew that when he gets to the top level, it'll be difficult because it's one thing getting there and it's another thing staying there. So, we've seen in some of his fights, it's been difficult for him, and then he lands his punch and then he's been victorious. But I always believe that when you go to war, you can't have one weapon in your arsenal, which was his right hand. So once that was taken away from him, which Tyson Fury did, I'm not going to go into tactics, but he was able to annihilate Deontay Wilder and expose him for some of his weaknesses. So Tyson Fury done a great job tactically, and I'm looking forward to their rematch.
Yeah, how impressed were you with his tactics? And do you think you would have done something similar?
In terms of tactic-wise, he done well. In terms of doing something similar, yeah, I think I wouldn't have done what he done in the first fight. I think maybe I would have probably taken it to Deontay Wilder a bit more because I don't think Deontay Wilder has been taught to box on his back foot. He doesn't know how to flow and move side to side, move back and control a fighter. So when Tyson Fury was edging forward on back foot balance, Deontay Wilder was struggling.
Now look, uh, I agree with some of that. What Anthony Joshua said. Like you can't just come in with a one track mind and expect that to work on the elite level. You know what I'm saying? I know Wilder's a knockout puncher, but he has to do a better job of setting those knockouts up and really executing them so he can get those guys out of there in the dramatic fashion that we've seen. But for him to say that he would have touched Wilder up a bit more or brought him to him a bit more, yeah, man, Wilder lost to Tyson Fury. He didn't lose to Andy Ruiz, and I'm gonna just keep on saying that to I pass away. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the fact that Joshua is giving his opinion. It's the fact that he's saying that he would have brought it to Wilder a little bit more and things like that if he was Fury. At the end of the day, man, we got a deep heavyweight um, division, and it seems like sooner or later, man, sooner rather than later, we are going to see who name and who reigns supreme over the heavyweight division, and I'm gonna put my money behind the American man. I know he didn't look the best in his fight, but at the end of the day, man, he did what he could. You know what I'm saying? He did what he could, and he got to learn how to take that loss and bounce back from it, and just keep on pushing, man. And hopefully, in the trilogy, we see the Deontay Wilder that we're used to seeing. Until next time, man. This is your boy. It's been Mike on Sports, and you can catch me for another one. I'll be right back. I promise. Until next time. Yes, sir.